My best friend booked a surprise vacation for the three of us. I thought it was generous until the second night when I found out what they'd really been planning. We'd been friends since college. Me, him, and Liam. The kind of trio that made people raise eyebrows at parties. The girl with two guys. One of them was my boyfriend, Liam, and the other, Jake, was just Jake. Loud, magnetic, unpredictable. The one who always turned the music up too loud, who jumped into cold pools at 3 a.m., who said the wrong thing at the worst possible time and still made everyone laugh. He was the chaos. Liam was the calm. And me? I guess I was the glue. The one who kept them balanced. At least, that's what I told myself. We all lived in the same city after graduation. Different apartments, different jobs, but the same rhythm. Jake worked freelance in nightlife PR. He had a flexible schedule and a list of contacts longer than my entire phone book. Liam was in tech, steady 9 to 5, the kind of guy who set reminders for everything. And I worked in marketing, deadlines, Zoom calls, agency drama. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid well enough and I liked feeling useful. Jake crashed on our couch at least once a week. It wasn't weird. He was family. Or so I thought. That vacation? It was his idea. He texted us out of nowhere. I got a deal through one of my clients. Airfare, Airbnb, everything covered. 4 days in Tulum. Just us. My treat. I was hesitant. It felt out of the blue. But Liam was excited. Said we deserved a break. Said we hadn't done something fun in ages. So I said yes. And the first day was amazing. Beach, mezcal, tacos, laughter. We played stupid drinking games. Talked about the old college days. Jake made a playlist called Vacation Mode Vibes and insisted on playing it on repeat. Nothing seemed off. But looking back, maybe there were signs. The way Jake looked at me when Liam wasn't watching. The way he accidentally booked one Airbnb bedroom with only one king bed and a couch. The way the jokes turned into questions. Like when we were all slightly drunk that first night, and he leaned across the kitchen island and said, "You ever wonder what it would be like if the three of us were actually together?" I laughed. So did Liam. I said, "You're such an idiot." Jake grinned and said, "Just a thought." We moved on. But I felt something shift. The second day we went snorkeling. Jake kept filming me on his GoPro. Not the water, not the fish, me. When I asked him what he was doing, he said, "You just look so free." That night, he made us drinks. Margaritas with some fancy mezcal he brought from a party back home. They tasted strong but good. I remember the salt on the rim, the citrus on my tongue. I remember laughing too much. Dancing barefoot on the patio. And then, everything started to blur. Not spin. Not dizzy. Just soft. Warm. Like I was wrapped in a cloud. Everything felt beautiful. Every sound was music. Every breeze on my skin was electric. Liam pulled me down onto the couch. Jake sat beside us. We were talking. About nothing. About everything. Our hands touched. Fingers laced. I remember thinking, "This is nice. I remember someone saying, "We're safe here." And then Jake said quietly, "We could try something. Just this once. We could try something. Just this once." Those were his exact words. Soft. Slow. Like he was trying not to scare me. Like he wanted it to sound gentle. But something in my stomach tightened. I turned my head toward Liam, expecting him to laugh it off, to defuse the moment the way he always did. But he didn't. He was looking at me. Not at Jake. Not at the ceiling. At _me_. And he wasn't laughing. "Babe," he said, brushing his fingers along my wrist, "we don't have to do anything you don't want to. But, if you're curious." I blinked, trying to process what he was saying. But the words weren't sticking. My thoughts were floating. Not foggy. Not confused exactly. Just detached. Like I was watching someone else's night unfold. Jake leaned closer. "You're safe. With us. Always." His hand was on my knee now. Liam was stroking my hair. And for a moment, I didn't feel scared. I felt a calm. Almost euphoric. Like the moment right before you fall asleep. But something deep inside me, buried under the haze, was screaming, "This isn't right. Something's wrong." I sat up suddenly, too fast, and the world tilted just slightly. Not spinning, just soft edges melting together. "What's in these drinks?" I asked. Jake raised his eyebrows, then glanced at Liam. "Just mezcal, lime, a bit of sea salt." "Why?" I swallowed. My mouth was dry. "No, seriously," I said slower this time. "Did you put anything else in them?" Liam was watching me too closely now. Too carefully. His voice was low. "Do you feel okay?" "No," I whispered. "Not really." Jake sighed. "It's just a little Molly. Nothing heavy." "You seemed stressed." I thought, maybe it would help you relax. I felt like I'd been slapped. "You _drugged_me?" My voice cracked on the word. Jake raised his hands like he was calming a child. "It's not like that. It's not a big deal. People do it all the time at parties. Underscore I'm not at a party underscore. Liam reached for me, but I flinched. It's just MDMA, he said quickly. It's not dangerous. And we're here. No one's going to hurt you. I stood up. Or tried to. My legs were jelly, the world wobbled, and I sat back down hard on the couch. Jake placed a hand on my thigh. Please don't be mad. We didn't do anything. We just wanted a night. Just one. All three of us. That's all. You mean you underscore planned underscore this? Jake hesitated. Liam closed his eyes. That's when I knew. This wasn't a spontaneous moment. This wasn't alcohol and flirtation and blurred lines. They had talked about this. Planned it. Without me. I was the underscore only one underscore who didn't know. The walls felt too close. The air too warm. My skin itched with betrayal. I need to lie down, I said, barely able to look at them. Neither of them moved. I stood up again, slower this time, gripping the back of the couch as support. Liam followed me with his eyes. Please don't freak out. We weren't going to underscore do underscore anything. Then why drug me? I snapped. Why not just ask me like a normal human being? He looked helpless, pathetic. Because we didn't think you'd say yes. Jake stood too. We thought, maybe if you felt it. If you saw how right it was. Right. I repeated. You thought drugging me and pressuring me into something I didn't ask for was right underscore? Jake took a step toward me, but I backed away. I'm going to the bedroom, I said. Don't follow me. And somehow they didn't. I locked the door behind me, slid down against it, and finally let the tears come. I didn't sleep much. The bedroom was too quiet, too dark. The air felt heavy, pressing down on me like a weighted blanket I couldn't throw off. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw their faces, not in anger or cruelty, but in that soft, calculated concern they'd used to trap me. Because that's what it was. A trap wrapped in fake comfort and laced cocktails. I laid there for hours, waiting to feel normal again, waiting for the chemicals to wear off, for the haze to lift. My mind drifted in and out of clarity, flashes of memory sharp and vivid. Jake's hand on my knee, Liam's voice whispering you're safe, my own rising panic as everything clicked into place. By morning, my head hurt and my mouth was dry, but the fog was gone, and all that remained was rage. Not the kind you scream with, the kind that simmers quietly in your chest like an ember that refuses to die, the kind that's mixed with heartbreak and confusion, the kind you can't shake off with one good cry. I showered, changed into the only clean outfit I had left, and walked into the kitchen like I hadn't spent the night hiding from the people who were supposed to care about me. They were already there. Jake was shirtless, cooking eggs. Liam was at the counter scrolling through his phone. They both looked up when they saw me. Liam opened his mouth first. Morning. Jake followed, cheerful as ever. I made breakfast. Want some? I stared at them in disbelief. Are you serious right now? Jake blinked, caught off guard. What? You're acting like nothing happened. Liam stood up, hands raised slightly. Can we talk about this? Please. I crossed my arms. Sure. Let's talk. Let's talk about how you both thought it was okay to drug me without telling me. Let's talk about how you sat there and watched me lose control of my own body just so you could make your disgusting little fantasy come true. It wasn't like that, Jake said quietly. It was exactly like that. Jake stepped forward. We didn't do anything. You said you were tired. We respected that. No. You didn't respect me . If you did, you would have asked. You would have waited until I was sober and then had a conversation like adults. Liam looked down. I thought you trusted us. I did, I said. And you used that trust to manipulate me. You made me feel like I was crazy for questioning it. You made me feel guilty for not being okay with it. Jake looked genuinely hurt. I thought we were all on the same page. You thought wrong, I snapped. And honestly, the fact that you thought that after drugging me says everything I need to know. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Liam said, we messed up. I know that. But don't you think you're being a little dramatic? My mouth dropped open. He flinched. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant. Stop. I grabbed my phone and charger off the table. I'm going to get coffee. Alone. Jake's voice was soft. Come back and eat after. Please. We'll talk like normal people. No pressure. I didn't answer. I just walked out and slammed the door behind me. The cafe I found down the street was small, quiet, and full of locals. I took a seat in the corner with a lukewarm latte I didn't even touch. My hands were shaking. My chest felt tight. But being out of that apartment, even just for a while, gave me room to think. How could I go back? To the trip. To the apartment. To them. To people who had looked me in the eye and decided I didn't need to be in control of my own choices. The worst part was, part of me still wanted to believe they meant well. That it wasn't malicious. That they were just stupid and selfish and reckless. But when I really thought about it, underscore planned or not underscore, the result was the same. They made me feel unsafe. Powerless. Underscore small underscore. And I wasn't okay with that. I didn't go back right away. I stayed in that cafe for over an hour, nursing a lukewarm drink and watching people come and go. Locals chatting in Spanish, a couple arguing quietly in a corner, a young kid playing games on a tablet while his mom scrolled on her phone. Life was moving around me like nothing had happened, like the ground hadn't just opened under my feet the night before. I checked my phone. 2 missed calls from Liam. 1 text from Jake. Please don't shut us out. Let's talk like we always do. The nerve of him. Underscore like we always do underscore. As if this was some kind of small miscommunication, as if it could be solved with an apology and a group hug. I stared at the message until the screen went dark. Then I stood up and made the slow walk back to the Airbnb. Every step felt heavier than the last. When I opened the door, they were both sitting on the couch, waiting. Liam stood the moment he saw me, but I raised a hand. Don't, I said. Jake opened his mouth instead. We thought we were doing something underscore good under her. I laughed. Cold and humorless. Drugging me was underscore good underscore? No, Liam said quickly. That part was wrong. We know that. We do. But we didn't want to hurt you. We just thought it would open you up. Open me up? I echoed. Do you hear yourselves? You didn't underscore ask underscore. You didn't give me a choice. You made a decision about my body, my mind, my night, and you did it underscore together underscore without telling me. That's not care. That's not intimacy. That's control. Silence. Jake shifted on the couch, eyes down. I didn't think it would blow up like this. No, I said, you didn't underscore think underscore at all. I turned to Liam. And you? You were supposed to be my partner. The one I trusted. You were supposed to protect me, not underscore join in underscore. He looked destroyed. Pale, quiet, broken in a way I'd never seen him. But I didn't care. I didn't want to feel bad for underscore him underscore. Do you have any idea how it felt? I asked, my voice shaking. To realize the 2 people I care about most had been underscore planning underscore something behind my back? To feel that disgusting clarity when it hit me? When I knew it wasn't just a mistake or a bad joke, it was underscore intentional underscore. Neither of them answered. I looked between them. How long? Jake finally met my eyes. We talked about it a couple of times. Joking at first. After parties. We never meant for it to happen like that. But it underscore did underscore. Liam opened his mouth, then closed it again. I waited. But the silence was answer enough. Pack your stuff, I said finally. Liam blinked. What? I'm not staying here another night with either of you. Jake stood. You don't have to go. We'll give you space. No, I snapped. You don't get to control underscore this underscore part. Not anymore. I walked to the bedroom, grabbed my bag, shoved everything inside without folding a single item. My heart was thudding in my chest, my hands shaking, but I didn't stop moving. Liam followed me to the doorway. Please, he said. We made a mistake. We didn't mean to. You meant underscore exactly underscore what you did, I said. You just didn't think I'd call it what it was. Then tell me what to do, he pleaded. Tell me how to fix this. I looked him dead in the eye. You don't. I checked into a small hostel that afternoon, just down the road. It wasn't glamorous, but it was clean, cheap, and quiet. The woman at the front desk didn't ask any questions when I said I only needed one night. I spent the next few hours walking the beach, barefoot, feeling the sand sting the undersides of my feet, letting the waves numb my ankles. I needed the sea to wash something out of me. I didn't know what. My trust, maybe. My guilt. My underscore grief underscore. Because that's what it was. Not just betrayal. Not just anger. But grief for the people I thought they were. For the version of my life that no longer existed. Later that night, I turned my phone back on. 1 new message from Jake. 1 from Liam. I didn't open either. Instead, I typed out a message to a friend back home. One of the few I trusted. I need a place to crash when I get back. Can we talk? She replied almost instantly. Always. Come home. The flight back felt longer than it really was. I didn't cry. I didn't journal. I didn't scroll TikTok or try to distract myself with music. I just sat there, staring at the seat in front of me, trying to process the fact that everything had changed, again, and somehow the world was still turning like nothing happened. My head throbbed from the exhaustion, the anxiety, the sheer emotional drain. I'd barely eaten. I had hardly slept. But I couldn't bring myself to care about those things. They felt small. Physical discomfort was easy compared to the ache in my chest. When the plane landed and I walked out of the terminal, the cool air felt sharp in my lungs. It was late, past midnight, and my friend was already waiting outside in her car. When I slid into the passenger seat, she didn't say anything. She just looked at me for a second, then reached out and squeezed my hand. That was enough. She let me sleep on her couch. Gave me her favorite mug filled with peppermint tea. Left an extra toothbrush and a folded towel on the bathroom sink without asking any questions. I think she knew I wasn't ready to talk yet. The next morning, I finally checked my phone. There were 6 messages from Liam. 3 from Jake. Most were apologies. A few were excuses. One even started with underscore. I didn't think you'd react like that. Underscore. That one hurt the most. I didn't respond. I didn't block them either. Not yet. I wasn't ready for underscore any underscore decisions. Instead, I opened my laptop and booked a therapy session. Because I knew this wasn't something I could just get over. Not in a week, not in a month. The trust they shattered wasn't something I could rebuild on my own. I needed help to process it, to move forward, to understand why people I loved had thought it was okay to cross a line so deeply personal it still made my skin crawl. And then I sat there, staring at my screen, still unsure of what I wanted. A part of me hated them, despised what they did, how they planned it, how they underscore spun it underscore as something romantic or experimental. But another part of me, the part one hated even more, missed them. I missed laughing with Liam over takeout. I missed Jake's chaos, his loud music, the dumb inside jokes that only worked when it was the 3 of us. I missed feeling safe with them, even if I now knew that safety was an illusion. I hated how complicated it all was, because I wanted it to be black and white. But it wasn't. It was gray, and messy, and painful, and real. And I didn't have an ending yet. All I knew was that I wasn't ready to forgive them. And I wasn't sure if I ever would be. But I was taking my first step away from them. And for now, that had to be enough.